Number one, when you see these, do not just push the buttons on your calculator and give me decimals. Sometimes you have to have a certain format for something to work. For instance, when you go to the mall and you try and write on one of those little shaky writes for the little kids, what do you have to have? A quarter, right?
Yes.
Can I put 2 dimes and a nickel in? Can I put $1 in? Well, nowadays more so than you could do back then. But you had to have a quarter in order for it to work. Are we okay? Same thing here. I'm trying to get you to see a pattern, and we're fixing to use it for something else. And you will not see the pattern if you just put it into decimals. Okay? We can sometimes narrow things down, and then in that form, you can see a pattern where it won't always happen. Are we okay? So this is what we're going to do. Somebody tell me perfect squares. What is 2 squared? 4. How do I get from 4 back to 2? Aha, the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2, right? What is 3 squared? How do I get back to 3? What's the square root of 9? 3. Are we okay? We're going to get back to this here in just a second. So what is 4 squared? What's the square root of 16? 4. So we're going to keep going back with that theory. Okay? Number 1, you've done this before. Okay? It may not be the way I'm doing it, but you're going to go, oh, I've seen something like this before. How can I break down 63? Can I divide it by 2? No. Can I divide it by 3? If I divide it by 3, 3 will go into 6 twice, and 3 will go into 3 once. Now, what this is really saying is I now have square root of 3 and the square root of 21, and that gives me the square root of 63. Everybody okay? That now goes away because I broke it down. Can I break down the 21 again? To what? Square root of 3 and square root of 7. Now the 21 goes away. When you were young and you wanted to go outside and play, could you go outside all by yourself? Mm-hmm. No, your friend said, your mom and dad said you had to have a friend to go outside and play. Same thing here. This is my house. This right here is my house. In order to get out of the house, I have to have a friend. The friend has to be the same. It's a pair. Is this a pair? So that means that friend gets to come out. Let me ask a question. What's the square root of 3 times the square root of 3? Square root of 9, which is? So when I have a pair, really what I'm saying is square root of 3 times the square root of 3 is the square root of 9. What's the square root of 9? 3. It just gets to come out and play. So this gets to come out of the house. Does the 7 have a pair? No, it has to stay inside the house. That's my answer. Okay? I want you to try number 2 and number 3. Number 32. How'd you break 32 down? How'd you break 32 down?
2 and 16.
2 and 16. Can you break 16 down? To what? 4 and 4? Okay, now hold on. Right here is where I can stop. Yes, I can break the 4 down more, couldn't I? But do I already have a pair? Once I get to a pair, I can stop breaking those numbers down. I still need to check to see if this one can be broken down. But once I get to a pair, I can stop. Because now I have a pair, and what happens to my pair? It gets to come outside, and what has to stay inside? 2. Now, watching, if I broke these 4s down to 2 and 2, this 4 down to 2 and 2, I still have a pair and a pair. Now I have 2 pairs. I have to multiply that together. 2 gets to come outside and play. 2 gets to come outside and play. 2 times 2 gives me the 4. And I still have a 2 that stays inside. Are we okay? Good. Try number, ooh. What's wrong with the next one?
Odd numbers.
Okay, odd numbers. What else is wrong with the next one?
One's already out.
Oh, I already have a number outside. Ignore it, work it, and then we'll get there. So I want you to work it. Ignore that 3. Okay, so we broke down 27 into what?
3 and 9.
3 and 9. Okay, now what? Break down the 9 to 3 and 3. So these go away. What? How many pairs do I have? Okay, careful. I said ignore this, right? It's already outside the house. So with these, I have a pair of 3s, and that one gets to come out. I already have one that's out. And then I have one that's left over. It has to stay inside. What's 3 times 3? So this is 9 square roots of 3. Are we okay? Try number 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to give you a second. Try 5. So can you break down 21? To what? 3 and 7. Can you break down the 3? Can you break down the 7? Do you have any pairs?
Yes.
No, be careful. This one is already out. These are still under the house, right? Do I have any pairs that are inside the house still? So there's nothing I can do. My answer stays as 3 square roots of 21. There is no way to break it down any further. Okay? How'd you break down 75? 3 and 25. How'd you break down 25? 5 and 5. These go away. So if I have a pair, which ones do I have a pair for? 5 is a pair, it gets to come out, right? Do I have any more pairs? Do I have anything outside already? The 2, right? So what's 2 times 5? 10. Do I have anything that needs to stay in the house? 3. So my answer is 10. Oops. Couldn't do that again if I tried. My answer is 10 square roots of 3. Okay. Next one. Oh, wait a minute. This one's quick. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Somebody tell me what is the square root of 16?
4.
And then I have a 4 outside already. So 4 times 4 is 16.
Okay.
How'd you break down number 8? How'd you break down number 8? 2 and what? 36. How do I break down 36? 2 and what? 18. How can I break the 18 down? Okay, but I still need to, I have a pair here, yes, but I still need to break down this number. 2 and 9. 3 and 3. So the 9's away, the 18, 16, 72, right? So now I have a pair of 3s. So I get a 3 that gets to come out. I have a 2 that gets to come out. And I already have a 12 that's outside. What's 12 times 2? 24 times 3? 72. And then what has to stay inside the house? The 2 right here, that's all by itself. Okay, try 9 through 12. Okay, how'd you break down 18? Okay, my turn. 2 and 9. We're recording. Number 9 is 3 and 3. Do I have a pair? What happens to my pair? It gets to come outside. What has to stay inside?
2. Number 10 is interesting.
Number 10 is interesting. How did you break number 10 up?
2 and 300.
Okay. Remember, there's lots of ways. There are a lot of ways that I can break this up. 6 and 100 is probably how most of you did it, right? Okay, that's okay. However you did it is fine. Okay, however you did it. Can I break the 6 up? 2 and 3? Can I break 100 up? 10 and 10? Break the 10 up to what?
2 and 5.
2 and 5? Right? These all go away, don't they? Because we broke them. What pairs do I have? I have a pair of 2s. And I have a pair of 5s, right? So I get a 5 that gets to come out, and I have a 2 that gets to come out. What has to stay inside? A 2 and a 3, which would be a 6, right? 2 times 3 is 6. And then 5 times 2 is 10. So it's 10 square roots of 6. That would be my answer. How'd you break up 150? 15 and 10. Break up the 15 could be what? 3 and 5. And the 10 is 5 and 2, correct? These are all broken up. I have a pair of 5s. What happens to the 5? It gets to come outside and play. And then I have a 3 and a 2 that are not pairs, right? And what do I do with them? 3 times 2 is... Are we okay? Last one for this type. 338. That one was ugly, wasn't it? Can I cut it in half? It's an even number. I should be able to cut it in half, right? So if I divide it by 2. 169. How can I break up 169? 13. Very good. So they're not always going to be easy, are they? So I'm going to have a pair of 13s. That gets to come outside. And the 2 is going to stay inside. 13 squared to 2 is the answer. Bless you.